My name is Maheen Malik. I am a fashion branding and communication graduate from Birmingham, United Kingdom. I specialize in creative direction and branding. So the project I'm going to show you was in collaboration with a brand called Area 18, and the owner is Thomas Evans. So this is just a quick introduction to the brand Area 18. It's a vintage clothing supplier based in Wolverhampton. They have their own website, but they also supply on ASOS Marketplace and Depop. They just blew up last summer during the pandemic and gained an increased amount of social media followers, and their engagement and sales really grew. So some of their core values are fashion, playfulness, sustainability, and non-conformity. So my personal aim for this project was to produce a versatile creative campaign that can be used by the brand Area 18 all year round. They currently have a few campaigns, but they were only seasonal campaigns, such as a Halloween campaign, a Student Forever campaign for when university students start, but they didn't have any solid brand imagery that communicated their core values and that could be used on multiple platforms such as social media or in physical advertisement. They didn't have imagery that could be used that reflected their brand. So I wanted to make an all year round campaign that reflected the brand's core values clearly. So these were the images that I came up with. So these were taken on an iPhone and they were taken with a fisheye lens. They were taken in a studio, and yeah, so I edited the images, I styled the images, and I directed them also. I also added the slogans on afterwards. All these slogans are words that the owner, Thomas Evans, uses on a daily basis on his Instagram, because he really engages with his audience all the time. He messages people, he asks people what they think of his clothes. His brand is honestly more than clothes. It's very human personified type of feel. It has a sense of community and everyone's just really involved on there. So I really wanted to communicate the core values, as I said before, playfulness, fashion, non-conformity. So I wanted to create a message of not fitting into the boundaries and just really being expressive and creative with what you wear, because vintage often gets put into a box of being drab, old clothes that, you know, people that aren't young wear. So I wanted to give like a youthful feel to the vintage brand, because the owner, he is quite young himself and he just has a very youthful energy, and lots of young people follow him on his social media. So I just wanted to give this to communicate all of this through these images. So I was heavily inspired by Alexandre Desmeet, who is a photographer and he did work for Vogue Portugal, and this was his cover. So I really like the fish islands, the whole distortion, the warped imagery. I was also inspired by stylist Courtney Paul, who you can see his work on the right. I really love the posing. So yeah, that was just some of my inspiration. So in terms of promotion, I decided to go for a magazine feature as well as an event billboard and a mobile van. This was just because the owner, he's wanted to go towards more of a high fashion look, so I felt like a magazine feature would be really great. In terms of the mobile van, with everything going on in the moment, in terms of selling pop-up shops and traveling to the customer is probably what's more ideal at the moment instead of opening a shop. So my final promotion idea was to have a hashtag called AE Why Not. This is because the owner already has an amazing engagement on social media, like I said before. And yeah, he's got a really good relationship, a personal relationship with all of his followers. So I feel like the hashtag will be really great. And AE Why Not is something that the owner says a lot. He says why not a lot, because the whole brand is all about not owing people conformity and stepping out of the boundaries. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to me today, and please do feel free to follow me on Instagram and message me or anything. Thank you.